Okay, every now and then I will get a travel bag that the more I use it, the more I fall in love with it. And that has been the case with the SYMPL travel backpack. This thing clocks in around 40 liters, and whether I'm using it on a 2-day trip, a 3-day trip, a week-long trip, or whatever it might be, I find myself falling in love with every aspect of this bag. My name is Odie Matthews. If you're new here, I review travel backpacks, products, reviews, all kinds of stuff. If you like what you see here, like, subscribe, and let's get into it. Shall we? Okay, so first I do want to say that SYMPL Studios did send me this backpack to review, but everything I'm going to say is completely my own, the positive, the negative, whatever it might be. These are my own opinions, and they are not paying me for this review. They just sent me the product to get my honest opinion about it. Okay, so let's dive into the materials, the handles, the comfortability, and how I pack this thing out, whether it be for a 5-day trip or a week-long trip. Pretty much what you've seen here is what I'm going to be bringing with me. So with all of that, let's get into the materials and the hardware on this bag. Okay, so this is a 97% recycled Cordura with an 840D ballistic nylon and a TPU coating on the lower panels and polycarbonate coating on the upper panels for ultimate durability. On top of that, it is sustainable and waterproof. So one of the things that I like about the material that they did on this bag, for one, you combine it with the WeatherGuard YKK zips that they have, and this bag becomes extremely weather resistant, which is perfect for all the elements, whether it be going from your car to the hotel and it's a downpour or whatever it might be. This bag is gonna last. I like the way the materials on this bag feel as well. A lot of times you get a lot of tarpaulin-esque bag, that rubbery feeling bag, and it's very rigid and it kind of just feels like a rubber air mattress essentially. But with this bag, it has just enough give that the shape can kind of change to what you have inside, so it doesn't feel too bulky if you pack it out light. But if you pack it out to the max, it does keep that nice box shape if you want it. And these materials throughout the entire bag just feel really good. They don't feel too rubbery, they don't feel too rigid. And overall, I'm very impressed and very happy with the materials that they chose on this bag. On top of that, they did some really nice zipper pulls on here. Almost every single zipper, I'm pretty sure every single zipper actually on this bag has one of these nice like rubbery kind of matte finish zipper pulls, which I think is really good. And honestly, the way that the zippers on this bag are outlined with the front panel, the quick access up top, the main clamshell opening, the laptop compartment, none of the zipper pulls, depending on where you put them, really overlap and get in the way of each other. I have mine just offset a little bit to the left and to the center, so it's nice like little diagonal line to get to what I need. So the zipper pulls don't get in the way. A lot of times I see people complain about bags having too many zippers, too many zipper pulls, and it can be a little confusing. The one that comes to mind would be like the Wandrd Tech Access Duffel. A great bag and one of my personal favorites, but unfortunately it does have a lot of zippers and a lot of zipper pulls, so it can be a little confusing. I think they did the right thing with this bag. It is very minimal, not a lot of compartments, but plenty of organization for all your needs, which we're gonna get into in just a second. So overall, the material and the hardware on this bag are fantastic. One of the things that I like is you have the ability to carry this thing a couple different ways. So you have your traditional backpack straps here, which let me just say, as we're talking about the backpack straps, insanely comfortable. Combined with this nice little sternum strap here, very comfortable, very nice back channel, great airflow, luggage pass-through if you need it. But these handles, or these straps rather, are very comfortable, very beefy, just enough of that foam padding where it's comfortable on your shoulders without being cummerbumsome, even without load lifters. But for those of us that need it, they also have attachable and detachable hip straps, which work really well. Now, hip straps aren't something that I typically use unless my bag is packed out super heavy, but I do purposely try to keep my bag from being packed out super heavy, so I haven't really utilized these that much, but I do like how easy they are to attach and detach. Down here at the bottom, all of the straps on this bag, whether it be the hip straps, the shoulder sling strap, which I'm going to show you, or these backpack straps, have these clips here at the front, and they just easily clip into these hooks or these circle rings down here, and it's an easy on and off process. Not to mention the fact that there's a zipper up here at the top, so you can actually tuck away these backpack straps and you can handle it briefcase style, or use this strap, which I have on here, which is how you do like the shoulder sling carry. So this attaches to a hook up here at the top, and then it also attaches down where the backpack straps attach down here at the bottom, making it an easy over the shoulder kind of sling carry if you wanted to. Now typically I don't utilize things like this, but it does come with it at no additional charge. It was just in the backpack, which is super nice. So if you want that option, if you want that ability, you can have it if you need it. I personally prefer to stay with the backpack carry because I find it to be more comfortable across the board, but having those different options and having the ability to tuck all of this away easily without it being a hassle, without it being in the way, always is a bonus when a bag lets you do more without adding more complications to the bag itself. And then as for handles on this bag, you have one here at the top, very nice, minimal amount of foam, perfect, off the bag, has a nice, easy grab. It's not flush with the bag, so you don't have to go looking for it. It sticks out just enough that makes it easy to grab. You have another one on the side where the laptop compartment is, same material, same size, same everything, nothing on the bottom, and then nothing on the other side because this is where that water bottle pocket is. Now this is one of those expandable water bottle pockets. If you don't use it, you can just zip it up and it stays flush with the bag, or if you need to use it, you can unzip it and use it. I don't know where my water bottle is because I've been moving. I'm recording this and then I'm leaving for Florida. So it's like everything is just a huge shuffle because everything is everywhere. So I don't have a water bottle to show you, but like a regular 32 ounce, 16 ounce, those will fit. The big boys don't fit as much. There's a little bit of stretch, but not enough to get one of those bigger water bottles. I do like that this is up off the bag, so it's kind of like in the middle, which makes it nice, kind of helps with that weight distribution. It's also big enough that if you wanted to bring something like a small Gorilla Pod or something like that, you could easily fit it in this pocket as well. Then on the other side, that's where that laptop compartment is. Now it fits up to a 16-inch MacBook Pro. Now I have my 13-inch MacBook Air because I like to travel light, and it fits in there with no problem at all. Now, one of the things that I like about this laptop compartment, and you're also gonna see in this quick access, is they use this like faux fur, this like fake fur, so it's not like harmful for animals or anything like that, and it's super, super duper incredibly amazingly soft. So I feel like in this laptop compartment and in the quick access, if I was gonna put anything that you'd be worried about scratching or having rough materials, these two pockets are not gonna be that. I literally wish I could shrink myself down and climb in here and take a nap because that's how soft it actually feels. Now, right next to that laptop compartment is one of those security pockets. This is a nice spot for like a passport, a wallet, something like that, something that's flush up against the back of your bag, has a zipper so no one can get into it, and makes it really easy to hide those items that you want, sensitive items, whether it be like boarding passes because you're terrified of them falling out of your pocket, passport, and so forth. This pocket right here is great for those of us that want to use it. I typically utilize those more on international travel because then I have my passport, but if I'm just flying from where I'm flying now to like Colorado, I'm not too terribly worried about that, but having that option is always a bonus. Okay, so the thing that everybody cares about is always the pockets and the organization and things like that. So let's start up here at the very, very front. This is a flat pocket. Now, depending on what you have in the entirety of this bag will depend on how much dimension you have at this front compartment. That's what I've learned. So I've kept this compartment for very thin, minimal items at the front because I'd rather utilize the space in the other compartments that are on this bag. So for me, this becomes basically my security dump pocket. It's where I put flat items, my wallet, and in here also is my phone. As you can see, it's kind of tight, but these are the things that would probably be in my pockets as I'm going through security. So because of that, I like to have a nice flat pocket where I can easily put them. I might also put something like my keys, my boarding pass, whatever I might have in my pockets. This is the pocket I'm going to use. Now this is a very deep pocket. It goes down almost to the bottom of the bag. Actually, it goes down all the way to the bottom of the bag. So you could fit like small, thin tech compartments, notebooks, little small pouches if you wanted to. And I actually did run that for a little bit where my modern Wayfarer thin tech pouch, which is in here now, I actually had it at the front depending on how I did my loadout. And I'm actually gonna show you my main loadout, but I'm gonna go into detail a little bit about some of the other loadouts I was able to utilize with this bag that made it work, so you can kind of look at some different options depending on how you like to run your loadout. A lot of different ones worked on this. So this nice front pocket is a great security dump, a nice quick access, maybe a place to put like a smaller tablet if you wanted to, or a notebook or anything kind of thin and flat. That is the best spot for it on this bag. Now right behind that is going to be your main front tech organization pocket. Now it opens like this. It has those little grabbers, these little gripper thingies right here, so it opens up like this. Not a full view, but still giving you plenty of access to the pockets on the front of the bag, or this is the front, on the front of the bag, or up against the belly of the bag. And there's plenty of options here when it comes to organization. Now, I like to utilize pouches. I like to utilize pouches, so I don't typically utilize a lot of the internal built-in organization of bags, but having that option, again, is always nice. So at the front here is a flat zippered compartment, which is where I've put things like my Peter McKinnon, well, this isn't a Peter McKinnon notebook, just my regular notebook with shots with the Pete's Pirate Life sticker on it. I do have a Peter McKinnon notebook. And then also my blue lens glasses, because this is a nice spot for those, because I'm going to use those when I'm at my computer or anything like that. What just flew off of here is a key clip with a little, like, just a little magnet kind of grabber. So if you wanted to put your keys here and kind of have them just dangling inside the bag, that's another good spot for it. And then it just goes all the way down. So you have some like extra room for like maybe some document papers or anything like that. Now up against the bag itself is when you have a little bit more organization. You have a spot that is perfect for sunglasses or any kind of small thin items. This is where I've put my Mac mouse, my Magic Mouse, because I like to have one with me when I'm editing and stuff. It's just better than using a trackpad. That pocket is a little tight, but it works for something like that. Next to that is a zippered little like mesh pocket, and that's where I've put my DJI mic set. I pretty much always travel with this because whether I'm using my camera or my phone, this mic set allows me to have an external mic, and I absolutely love it, and it fits really nicely right there. And it's a nice little pocket for those extra little items. Now again, I don't know what all you'd want to utilize those for, but you have those options, because right above that is a bunch of spots for cords and cables. If you wanted to kind of fold them up or wrap them up and tuck them in there, you have that option. And then all the way down below that is two other really tight, thin pockets. Those are good spots for like notebooks or other thin items if you wanted them. A little bit of organization on this front pocket. I think it's the perfect amount. It's not too much, it's not crazy. The pockets don't overlap with each other, but again, depending on how much you pack out this main section of the bag, it really does push up against these pockets, making them a little tighter. And that's part of the reason why I didn't utilize them as much as I probably could, because especially those ones down here at the bottom, those were really tight, almost too tight to get anything in for me. But that's because, like I said, more space in here, less space here, less space here, more space here. All depends on how you want to run it. But I think this front pocket is really good, because you could even, I even utilized this to stack pouches, thin pouches before, without using any of this internal organization. So this front compartment I feel like has a bunch of different uses, and you can tailor it custom to however you want. Moving to the middle of the bag, this is where that quick access compartment is. Now this has the same kind of lining as the laptop. Now what I've done is I just put my car keys in here. That's pretty much all I put in here. I have put sunglasses, but again, it's pretty tight, so it makes it a little difficult, but it is soft lined, so without anything being scratched, but you still have that worry about them maybe getting crushed depending on how much you're putting at the front in the middle of this bag. But a great quick access compartment nonetheless, whether you want to use it for sunglasses, phone, keys, wallet, whatever it might be. I feel like it does a really good job. Okay, so let's open this main compartment, and it does a full kind of voila clamshell opening. Now you have one side which is towards the back of the bag, which has more space and more capacity. This is typically where you put something like your packing cube and your pouches. Then you have another spot at the front of the bag, which is good for smaller items. It's not as much capacity. And then in between you have a zippered mesh guy, which I'm going to start with. It is on this side, so one towards the front of the bag, and this is where I put my gravel laundry kit. I like to have like a dry bag or some kind of laundry bag because I like to put my dirty clothes in there. Yes, my Pete Design packing cubes, which obviously I'm using because it's my favorite packing cube and I'll use it until I find a better one. I don't like to utilize the dirty clothes side of that because I feel like it doesn't fit as much and I want to be able to keep that stuff separate. So I usually like to pack out something like a laundry bag and then put it in my bag. So this spot right here is just perfect for holding that until I'm ready for it. You could use this for a bunch of different things. I think it's a great addition, has a little bit of dimension, which I think works really well. And behind that is the smaller compartment of the two on the main of this bag. And this is a great spot for some of those items that might not fit in your packing cube, but you still need to bring with you. So for me, I have put, these are my noise canceling PXC 550 headphones. I like to keep them in this little boundary supply case. Those are right here at the top, which is perfect. That's right where I need them. And then behind that is my tech kit. Now this is my tech kit that's geared towards my laptop. So it's like my charger, my hard drive, my adapter, all that kind of stuff, mainly and specifically for my like laptop kind of stuff. And then this is where I would put a jacket. This is where I put my Airloft 2.0. It fits in here nicely. It's thin, it's small. So this pocket isn't really big enough to put something like a large packing cube or anything like that. but jackets and thin pouches work really well. And you can actually even see this is that quick access compartment right here. So that's what I'm talking about, where it gets crushed. If you fill this out, then you're gonna crush that pocket and not be able to utilize it, which is why I had my jacket up there, because it does make it a little bit easier. But this whole pocket, just having this extra bit, if you don't use it, then that allows you to kind of utilize that front compartment a little bit more if you want to use that for your organization. Again, all comes down to personal preference, which is why I like this bag so much, because you can tailor it how you need. And I think SYMPL did a really good job of making it and designing it that way, because however you want to run it, you have options. If you don't want to use certain compartments, it just opens up the ability and the space in other compartments, which is super nice. Okay, then we flip this bag around and we go to the main compartment. This is where you're gonna put your clothing and things like that. Now, what I have in here, this is my Nomadic 1 liter light sling. Love this. Video on this one coming soon. I like to bring either like a packable day bag or a sling with me wherever I go, because then all my small items can fit in it, and I go out about on the town, then I have everything I need. Below that, this is my Gravel Toiletry Slim Kit. Big fan, one of the best toiletry kits I've ever used. Love it, fits everything I need. It's very thin, perfect for putting it right here. And then my Peak Design Packing Cube. This has all my clothes. I can pretty much pack this out for any of my trips, whether it's for 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, a week, a month. I can bring everything I need in this packing cube. And one of my favorite things to put in this packing cube is the sponsor of this video.
And today's sponsor is Western Rise. Now, if you're looking for high quality clothing that can last and be used for any situation or any environment or any adventure you might be going on, then I cannot recommend Western Rise enough. It basically makes up the entirety of my wardrobe. And right now with the discount code ODIE, that's discount code ODIE, you can get 15% off your entire order and get a little kickback to my channel to help support. Now, if you're looking for pants for any occasion, then I cannot suggest the Evolution 2.0s or their new Evolution Chinos enough. Good t-shirts like their cotton tees, their Airloft 2.0 jacket for winter that's coming up, their merino beanie, their merino hoodie. Honestly, everything that they have, I utilize on a daily basis, whether it's summer, winter, fall, spring, whether I'm going hiking, traveling, or just lounging around the house. I use their clothing all the time. I know I talk about Western Rise a lot on this channel if you follow me, and it is all genuine. I absolutely do love their clothing. They are my favorite, and the owners, Will and Kelly, are amazing, and I absolutely love it. So use that discount code. That's discount code ODIE. Get 15% off your order, elevate your clothing to a new level, and try them out today. Now, back to the video.
Wow, thank you so much. Now you can use that discount code and fill out your packing cube with some awesome Western Rise clothing. But that is all I have put in this main compartment, because that's pretty much all you need to do. Again, I like this bag because I feel like it works really well for those of us that want to use packing cubes and pouches, because it gives us that space and that ability to do so. In this large space, you don't have to use a packing cube. You can use a large packing cube, smaller packing cubes, fill it up with pouches, whatever you might need. Now, another way that I was able to run this bag is I was able to put my Peak Design Packing Cube here. I was able to put my Gravel Toiletry Slim Kit here, a smaller tech kit from Wandrd, and then I was actually able to utilize this side of the bag using small pouches and small things to bring some of my filmmaking gear. I was able to put my drone, my batteries, my drone charger, my drone controller, and my Sony a6400 with a lens, and I actually put that in the 6400 went in that same pouch that I have my PXC 550s in. It fit in here perfectly. I was able to put that in here, drone underneath, and then a couple other gear. So I was actually able to take this with me on the road and kind of do like a makeshift thrown together photography section of the bag as well, which worked super well on also not sacrificing the clothes and the other things I needed to bring. So you really can use this bag a bunch of different ways. That was just one of the other ways that I utilized this. So depending on what you want to bring, depending on how you want to utilize these compartments, and if you're looking for a travel bag that's semi-affordable, it's under $300, made from solid materials with solid organization and the ability to kind of be what you need it to be and let you tailor it to what you need it to be, then I think this is a very, very solid option. I would put this up there with like my Wandrd Hex Access duffel that I love very, very much. I also am a huge fan of the Tortuga Outbreaker. That's another one of my favorites in this kind of realm that I like really a lot. So I would put this up there as one of the better, more solid all-around travel bags, especially in this 40-liter range, which a lot of people I think kind of shoot for. I like the 32 to 35, but they also have a weekender bag, which I might try to get my hands on, because honestly I feel like that's going to be a little bit better for some of us, especially those of us that like to bring a smaller bag, because even with this size, for me personally, I did have a little trouble finding things to kind of fill it out with because I don't bring a whole lot. Most of the stuff here I would typically bring, but also that could fit in a smaller bag. So this is larger than what I was able to put in here, in my opinion. I think you could fit even more and utilize these compartments a little bit better. So if you're someone that travels a little bit heavier, then I do really think this is going to be a good bag for you. But then for those of us that travel lighter, it also works. It's all around, and I think it's really, really solid, extremely comfortable, great materials, great organization, just great all around. I like it quite a bit. So with all of that being said, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about the SYMPL Studios travel backpack, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll do my very best to answer those for you. Thank you guys again so very much for all the love and support. It means the world to me. Love this channel, love doing this for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all of that wonderful nonsense. And with all of that being said, I will see you next time.